This year has been challenging for many reasons. And while for many of us, this Thanksgiving does not look the same as others, taking time to give thanks is scientifically proven to be good for you. Today, I would like to share with you 5 scientifically proven benefits of being thankful, how I have incorporated gratitude and Thanksgiving into my life, and tips on how you can also reap the benefits of gratitude.
Welcome to the Stay-at-Home Nurse Podcast. I'm your host, Deanna Cooper Gillingham. For over 25 years, I've strived to use my nurse credentials to find work that fit my lifestyle, whether it was raising my 4 children and 3 fur babies, traveling the world, or moving to Mexico and living on the Caribbean Sea. Sometimes I succeeded, and sometimes I failed, but I always learned from the experience. Now, I want to help you by sharing what worked and what didn't work. There are so many opportunities out there for nurses today. The Stay-at-Home Nurse Podcast will inspire and equip you to have a nursing career that is meaningful and supports your lifestyle. Now let's get started.
Happy Thanksgiving! A day late. First, I want to let you know how thankful I am for you. I am thankful that you take the time to listen to the show each week. I am thankful for your feedback and emails. I'm thankful that you are sharing the podcast with your friends and colleagues, and that as a team, we have reached 10,000 episode downloads since launching in March. I am thankful for the care you give to your patients, and I am thankful that you want to improve your life and career and have chosen this podcast to help you. Gratitude has become an important part of my life. I incorporate it into my daily journaling routine. So I was excited to see the Forbes article, which I will link to in the show notes, about the scientifically proven benefits of gratitude. I'm going to share 5 of these with you now. Number 1, gratitude improves physical health. According to a 2012 study published in Personality and Individual Differences, grateful people experience fewer aches and pains, and they report feeling healthier than other people. Reason number 2. Gratitude improves psychological health. Gratitude reduces a multitude of toxic emotions ranging from envy and resentment to frustration and regret. Robert A. Emmons, Ph.D., a leading gratitude researcher, has conducted multiple studies on the link between gratitude and well-being. His research confirms that gratitude effectively increases happiness and reduces depression. I can personally attest to this. I have struggled with depression, and gratitude is one of the tools I use, or maybe I should say one of the weapons I use, to battle this. Number 3, grateful people sleep better. According to a 2011 study published in Applied Psychology, Health and Well-Being, writing in a gratitude journal improves sleep. Number 4, gratitude improves self-esteem. A 2014 study published in the Journal of Applied Sports Psychology found that gratitude increases an athlete's self-esteem, which is an essential component to optimal performance. Other studies have shown that gratitude reduces social comparison and resentment, which also will affect self-esteem. And reason number 5, gratitude increases mental strength. For years, research has shown gratitude not only reduces stress, but it may also play a major role in overcoming trauma. A 2006 study published in Behavioral Research and Therapy found that Vietnam War veterans with higher levels of gratitude experienced lower rates of post-traumatic stress disorder. Recognizing all you have to be thankful for, even during the worst times of your life, fosters resilience. I have seen the benefits of gratitude in my own life. So much so that I have incorporated it into my daily morning routine. Each morning, I start the day by spending anywhere from 10 to 45 minutes journaling. My journaling includes listing 5 things that I'm grateful for. And I don't just list them, but I write them down and I think and reflect about those things. It is amazing how doing this one simple thing can change my mood. In fact, I've started doing this at other times of the day if I start to get moody, for lack of a better word. And it really turns my day around. If you would like to hear more about my morning routine, I talk about it in episode 30, The Secret to Productivity, It's Easier Than You Think, which I will have a link to in the show notes. I choose to do my daily gratitude ritual in the morning because it sets the tone for my day. Some people journal at night, and gratitude journaling at night has been shown to help improve sleep. But I feel I need to do this in the morning to start my day off on my terms and in a positive way. And really, you could do both. You could journal in the morning, and you can journal at night. In fact, if I'm having trouble sleeping, sometimes I just start thinking of all the things that I'm grateful for, and before I know it, I'm drifting off to sleep. Now, I will admit, sometimes being grateful is easier than others. Sometimes, like in the middle of a pandemic, after a job loss or another major loss, or driving to a job that you hate, it can be hard to be grateful. So I would like to give you a few tips to get you started, especially on those tough days. Number 1, use categories like people, places, nature, work, health, your senses. By giving myself a category, it makes it a little bit easier for me than to just sit there and try to think of something off the top of my head. For example, if I'm going to think about people that I'm grateful for, I usually start off with my 4 wonderful children. I'm so thankful for their health. I'm thankful that they've grown up to be productive members of society. I'm grateful that they get along with each other. I could go on and on with just this. An example of being grateful for places is I will be grateful for the places that I visited, such as the Grand Canyon, my trip to Cuba, and my trips to Hawaii. Under the category of work, I'm very thankful for the fact that I can make a living doing work that I love. And as far as the senses, things that you can see, the sense of smell, the smell of coffee in the morning or your favorite meal cooking, the smell of flowers. Okay, you get the idea. Think of a category, and then think of things inside that category that you're grateful for and why. Tip number 2 is take a walk in nature, and as you look around, start listing the things that you're grateful for. The feel of the sun, the sound of the birds chirping, the smell of the flowers, the beautiful look of the flowers, the trees that are giving you shade. Take time to appreciate these. Okay, and tip number 3, on really tough days, you may have to start with something really basic, like I'm thankful I woke up this morning. I'm thankful that I can walk. I'm thankful that I can see. I'm thankful that I have a place to lay my head at night, and that I have friends and family that care about me. So, I ask you now, what are you thankful for? If you can, start by writing a list. If you're driving or otherwise unable to stop and write, take a minimum of 5 minutes and reflect on things that you're grateful for and why you're grateful for them. Don't just list them out, but reflect on why you're grateful for it. Why are you grateful for your spouse? Why are you grateful for your children? Why are you grateful for your home? Okay, that's a wrap for this week's episode. I would be so grateful if you would take the time to leave a review for the podcast and or share it with a friend or colleague. It is easy to share from the podcast app. We also make it easy for you to share on social media. Follow the Stay-at-Home Nurse on Facebook and join the Stay-at-Home Nurse Podcast Facebook group. We have a listing each week for the episode, and you can share it into your own feed. We are also the Stay-at-Home Nurse on Instagram. You can follow us there and share the podcast. And finally, you can follow me, Deanna Cooper Gillingham, on LinkedIn, where I also post a link to the episodes that you can share with your friends and colleagues. Until next week, adios from beautiful Puerto Aventuras, Mexico.